So, what is a real friend? And why do I even bother asking the question? Because I bet if I talked to 100 different people, they would have 100 definitions. But it's something that's on our mind because so often when we have moments of disappointment, things didn't work out, we're feeling left out, not invited, not included, it somehow finds its way back to friendship. Well, hi, I'm Laura, and welcome to the channel. And I'm out in the park today taking a walk. And this is the park in my neighborhood. And I will tell you, I've lived in this neighborhood for 28 years. I don't know how long you've lived where you're at, but this was my COVID park, and I will always remember it for that because during COVID, I walked out here 2 and 3 times a day, and so did a lot of my neighbors. So it was actually a nice way to have interaction. So I've been reading the comments and everyone says the same thing at some point, whether they're sharing a story, whether they are commenting on something someone else said. But this whole idea of friendship gets into our head. And I think one of the comments I made in my last video that got a lot of reaction is I considered them a friend, and then they did something really hurtful. Yes, people do hurtful things. But when you say that to a group of your other friends, or you're just talking to a bunch of the ladies, you know, it's so funny. Somebody in the group, their first reaction is always going to be, well, they were never really a friend in the first place. Well, you know what? I beg to differ, and many of you beg to differ too. At some point, we have to let people into our lives, right? If we want to have connections, if we want to be included, if we want occasional invitations, if we just want to be active. So whether you're volunteering, whether you're working, whether you are, out in your neighborhood doing yard work, you're going to connect with other people. Some may be for 10 minutes, 10 seconds, a wave. Some may turn into something that has a lot more value to you. So I don't want to turn that off. I would rather suffer the little disappointments because somebody maybe didn't do things the way I would have done them. Maybe they didn't consider my feelings because that wasn't their priority. And I think the way I'm thinking about it more and more as I get older and wiser is maybe I've done it. I think I can probably use another word besides maybe. I've done it. We've all done it, right? So we all look at things through our own glasses. Our life journey, whatever season of life we're in, what our past experiences. There are as many of you saying, I've decided I don't need friendship. I'm just gonna stay home with my animals or my husband or family members, whatever the case. There are as many of you saying that as there are people saying, you know what, I'm not giving up. I'm gonna suck it up. I'm gonna brush it off. I'm going to move on and try to figure out how this doesn't happen again. But if you're willing to say that a friendship means something to you, that there is some kind of connection that, yes, is emotional on some level, right? If something's going to hurt us when it fails, then it's going to, if it's going to hurt us when it fails, then there are going to be a lot of times where we are opening ourselves up, right? Because if you don't open yourself up, then nothing anyone ever says to you is going to make you feel bad, right? You're going to brush it off and say, oh, they're a jerk anyway, so who cares what they think? But I don't want to be like that. Ask me in 10 years, maybe I'll feel differently. I'm in my late 60s now, and right now I'm like learning this whole get over it and have companionship and have connections and have people that I want to take a walk in the park with, or people that I want to stop and talk to in the grocery store later today when I'm finally going to do my shopping. Well, I hope you'll subscribe to the channel, and I hope more importantly that you'll drop a comment. As we get older, I think companionship becomes more important than friendship. Maybe I'm wrong, but by telling myself that, and I think by believing it, it keeps me investing in people. It keeps me investing in opportunities, trying new things, taking classes, starting a new hobby, exercising, taking a class where I'm going to run into a lot of people that I don't know exercising, which is always kind of weird, but especially if you're not an athlete, like I'm not. So think about that, because we make decisions every day that affect what we do next and what we're willing to accept in those moments where we say, gosh darn it, I'd rather not have this feeling heavy on my heart, so maybe I'll still steer clear of people in the future. No, I don't want to be that person. I think I'm happier giving it a try. You know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but I think I'm willing to go with my chances. Well, you can tell I'm in the community park, all of the traffic going by. But thanks for stopping by the channel. I hope you will subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you next time.